This is one of the gnarliest hairpins around because it has a very steep curb on the left. You'll see that as I run over it. It has a very peculiar exit, which most newbies really don't understand how to exit this corner. So I'm going to break down the pitfalls to avoid so you can maximize your exit speed on the Black Rock hairpin. This is a very slow corner in the low 50s to mid 50s. So really we want to do a really late apex and make sure we get the car to pivot on the front wheels as we trail brake into it. So you get a lot of rotation early on the turn in. And then we want to try to get to full throttle on the exit as soon as we can. Those are our goals for a hairpin following a long straightaway. Let's watch it at speed. Full braking, trail brake in, a lot of rotation, late apex, full throttle, hold full throttle all the way on the exit. All right. Now I'm going to go frame by frame and talk you through it. Full throttle. You'll notice candy stripes on the right. You will notice a brake marker. As we're coming up on the right-hand side, there's a 2. Again, I don't look over there. Some people do. Personal preference. I think it's a disservice to spend a lot of time focusing on the beginning of braking point because that's going to change depending on what speed you're approaching the corner. You need to get your brain recalibrated to try to predict what speed you need to enter the corner at and back it up from there. And where do you need to start braking so you can end the braking zone at the appropriate speed? That comes from experience and just doing a whole lot of laps. And then your brain will start to memorize automatically. It'll be an autonomic process. You won't have to think about the start or braking point. So for newbies, it can be beneficial to look at the start or braking point. And if you overslow the car, you'll know you can brake a little bit later. But for advanced drivers, the more advanced you become, I think the less you start to look the opposite direction that you're going to be turning the car. So I'm going to be looking more to the apex and all the way through it to where I want to be going rather than where I don't want to be going. So here we go. We're coming in hot, and right before the 2, that's where it looks like I'm threshold braking, maximum brake pressure. We'll be carrying that all the way down until we start turning in. And when we start turning in, we're going to be gradually reducing that brake pressure. That's called trail braking. And that'll keep a little bit more weight on the front nose of the car and allow the car to pivot on that axis on the front. It allows us to turn the car more quickly and carry more speed on the entry of the corner. So as you can see, I still have a little brake pressure, but now I have a lot of steering input, and I'm doing a late apex because this is a real tight corner. But the exit of this corner, as you look at the track map juxtaposed against this video, look at my line in red. We are going to be getting to full throttle about 2/3 of the way through this corner. You can see there's a cone there on the left. I don't look at cones. Cones move. Cones are ephemeral. Don't look at cones. A cone can get blown over and you would be completely lost in the next lap. So I would highly suggest eliminate from your mind the idea of looking at apex cones on tracks because they're never going to be the same the next time you come back. So as we come around this, I know it's about 2/3 of the way through the corner. I'm going to start feeding in the throttle, and I've done all my turning now. I'll start unwinding my hands, reducing my steering input as I increase my throttle input. There's an inverse relationship always between more throttle means less steering, more braking means less steering, more throttle means less steering. All these things are inverse, and you want your hands to straighten out as quickly as you can because the car always goes fastest in a straight line with the pedal to the floor. Now, as we exit, we're going to let the car drift all the way out. You'll see here that on the left, it looks like another corner, right? Another apex, but it's not. This is not a continuation of that corner. It's a false apex. You don't even need to consider that it exists because we're already at full throttle. We are being pushed to the edge of the track because of that, and we're carrying 64 miles per hour. If I slowed down and tried to hit that apex where the arrow is, I would have to lift off the throttle, turn the wheel more, and that would just postpone me carrying more speed down the straightaway. So this is not a true corner nor an apex, so you should ignore it. Focus on tracking out all the way. And here's the exit. We'll keep going out all the way to the candy stripe on the right, okay? At full throttle. We'll back that up one more time. Full speed, talk you through it. Full throttle, straight line threshold braking. Start releasing the brake pedal as you turn hard into this corner. Get a little bit on the curb, feed in the throttle, exit, full throttle, track all the way up to the candy strip on the right. Got it?